Australia, and this is my able assistant Tosh. Back after a long break from making videos. Tosh is now 15 years old and is feeling her age a little bit. Today we are not going to be looking at the making of face masks. Instead we're going to be looking at making face shields. Viruses can enter your body through mucous membranes, i.e. through your mouth, your nose, or even your eyes. Ordinary face masks don't protect your eyes, and if somebody coughs or sneezes, that was Mac the cat who just tipped over our bottle of alcohol, or breathes close to you, the face shield will protect you. We can make face shields from a variety of things. I have used laminating pouches that I put through the laminator without anything between them, punched a small hole in the side of the shield, threaded the elastic through, and then just used a sewing machine to over-sew it, although you could do that by hand. You can get self-adhesive foam strips from hardware stores. This one I got from Clark Rubber in Australia. It needs to be approximately 1 centimetre in depth. I think this one is slightly less than that. We can then adhere that roughly where your forehead will sit. It's then ready to wear. It may cause some sort of echoing as you're speaking, but you can still hear people, they can still hear you. Face shields can also be just attached directly to a hat, which makes for more comfortable wearing. They can be attached to sun hats, and this one I've attached just using Velcro Dots, self-adhesive Velcro Dots. It's best to attach the fluffy side to the hat and the spiky side to the plastic. That way, if you want to wear the hat without the shield, you haven't got the spikiness up against your face or head. To make shields to attach to hats, I found that a slightly more flexible, thick plastic is best, and this can be obtained from hardware stores. You will need to make a template. I've just made one out of paper, so just giving a rough indication of what it's going to look like, and then we will cut it out of the plastic. You can lengthen it as much as you wish, just using a Sharpie pen. We'll make a mark just roughly of where we will cut the plastic. This one I'll just lengthen a little bit. And we'll cut it out. Swab. We'll now work out where the centre is and put our first Velcro dot there, remembering to put the spiky part on the plastic itself, and then a couple to either side. Now when we go to fix it to the hat, you're best to put the opposite side onto the Velcro attaching it. We attach the Velcro dot to the centre and press firmly. We will then get the next fluffy dot, attach it to its partner Velcro, wrapping the plastic around and then attaching it, pressing onto the hat. And for the final one, again, getting the fluffy dot attaching it and then working your way around smoothly. Press it onto the hat. It's now ready to try on, and you can make adjustments, rounding off the corners and shortening it a bit if it's too long. And if anybody coughs or sneezes in your direction, it will hit the shield rather than your face. Another way of attaching a face shield to a hat is using snap buttons. These are buttons that permanently attach, and you just clip them together. Most hats have this inside band. If they have this, it's good to put the snap button onto that rather than all the way through where they'll be visible on the outside of the hat. Although if you do it visibly from the outside of the hat, it can be a decorative feature. Snap buttons come with 4 pieces to them. You need to make sure that you have the correct pieces together. One is a cap, and the other is the base to it. I suggest that you have the cap part facing inwards, so that because it's a permanent attachment, you'd need to drill it out if you wanted to remove it. The smooth surface of the cap would be against your forehead or your skin, and so would not irritate. We will now go ahead with attaching the snap buttons to the hat and to the plastic. The snap buttons come with a little die that you need to use to position the button and to hammer against. So we will attach the cap by putting it into the die, the side that it fits snugly, and work out which is the corresponding piece to attach to that. Get the center front of the hat, which is roughly where this seam is. Before I put the cap in, I'll put the die on the other side of this hat band and just use the punch component to punch a hole through the band. Always use your safety glasses, particularly if you're hammering a metal piece with a metal hammer. We've now made a small hole, if you can see that, in the hat band. The cap we're putting on the part that will be touching the skin, pushing it through the hole and then attaching it using its corresponding button piece. We now need the little device that actually flattens out the bit that pokes through, which will then attach the button. You can try it to make sure it doesn't pull apart, which it's not, and we can then attach the corresponding button to the button piece. Working out where the centre of the plastic shield is, we'll first punch a hole through using the little punch piece. We now have our little hole, and the piece that has the little piece that sticks up goes through. Flip it over, attach the corresponding button piece, and using the little hammer part to squash, it should now be firmly attached to the plastic. You can have a trial run to make sure that it is all snapping together correctly. We'll put one just here, and again you'll just go around and do the final snap button. So if you need to, you can shorten it or curve the edges around at the base, making it longer or shorter depending on your needs. To make the hat a little more decorative, you could always add a ribbon on the outside or a thin scarf. The main thing to be aware of is that when you've been wearing this, When you come to take it off, you need to reach underneath and remove it, and then decontaminate the outside of the shield. Because if you've been outside and people have been coughing, sneezing, you potentially have viral load on the outside of the shield. So for home use, if you can get your hands on some isopropyl alcohol, you can just spray that on and wipe it over, ready for next time when you want to use it. With the snap buttons or the Velcro attachments, you can attach them to multiple hats and use the one shield to attach to all your different hats so that you don't have to make multiple shields. This has been Liz from Night Owl Crafts Australia with my able assistant Tosh. So far we are not considering making a mask or a face shield for Tosh. It's unlikely that the COVID virus infects animals and then transmits to humans. It's far more likely that it is transmitting human to human at this stage. Please, if you like the video, click like and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.